About 6 months ago, I bought this little milling machine table thing that's supposed to go on a drill press. So I've got it. I haven't used it. The reason why I bought it was because I did think that when I would be making up my mount here, I thought I'd be using, you know, this drive here, extending the shaft out either direction. I don't know which way, but extending the shaft out, and I thought I may have to like put plasticine up around there, fill it with Depcon, level it off, and then just mill it down flat and build stuff of it, and who knows, you know, just wherever it took me. So I'm going to give it a go. I've redone my calculations, and for the center one here, I just got it like this. This is not scientific, but I can feel the magnet, it's not pulling hard. And then it pulls, and then I'm pulling hard again. So the magnet seems to be in this area here. And I drew it all up and I did my calculations, and I figured out that as long as sorry, with the light's not so good, that that can stay where it is, and it won't interfere. So you can afford to go in, you know, 5 mil deeper, and it'll still be within the magnet range. So, but the pickup, on the other hand, the pickup not the same. Like the pickup currently is running close to one edge, and if I was to just put that in there, it would be out of the range. So I need to, on this one, to make it work, I need to drop it down by 5 mil, 6 mil in fact, but I'll drop it down by 5. And that should be okay. In the middle one I can leave the same. So I've gone nuts as far as, but this frightens me actually. I've been caught out by the drill press before, like it has no mercy, and I'm kind of a bit frightened of this. But I've done stuff, you know. I'm going to have on the bottom there, I've got one massive big bolt and a little bolt that I can centralise the thing onto the drill press here. The massive big bolt through the centre and one on the sides here. So I can pretty well make it stable. So then I've gone nuts with this. Some of them I'm using the bolt holes there. Got little things underneath there, and I can clamp it down with that, clamp it up with that, clamp it down with that, and the same. This one's on the side. These ones here are just little wedges to push in the side there. I've even gone so far as to make my own, which is just a nut welded on either side, and then filed down so it fits on there, and that makes it really stable that way. And I'll jam the things in there, and that'll help hold it. And 9 places I've got it bolted down. I'm frightened. It's not going anywhere. Anyway, so I'll machine this one first, and if I can get that down 5 mil, I'll take that off and I'll machine that one down, and hopefully all will be good. And then I can use it. So that's the plan, and we'll see how it goes. It frightens me a bit, to be truthful. Well, I've got it locked down. I checked it to see if it's level, and it's not. Like this, the whole lot's not level, but it's evenly not level from the base to that and to that. So I'll just have to work with that. I've got that pretty well set, so it's level at that height there. It's going to first run in, it'll be a little skim, hopefully, and I'll zoom in so you can watch it. Let's see what happens. Got my safety glasses on, so what could go wrong? I should be wearing my Crocs, shouldn't I? Okay, here goes. Nothing's going to move. Woo! Alright. Oops, not that way, this way. That means I want oil. I think in hindsight, safety first would mean that I turn the drill press off before I squirt the oil in there. Next. Well, this is spinning faster, so let's see if that works. Ooh. it's done and cleaned up now, so they're pretty well the same. I deliberately made that 1 mil difference, and that's pretty well what it's come out. I don't think I'm game enough to machine that, but I don't think I have to, so it sure will work. So now I'll be able to swap over, put this crappy one on there, and play with the good one. I've done a drawing of all the measurements that I think I need, so I can just keep playing with that one and leave that one on there. Just to complete my swap, that one and that one are off the CT110 spare motors. So that, I guess, makes it now a Honda motor with a few life and parts. Because I've now successfully milled one thing, my little collection of parts here may have to work for me. This is an inlet manifold, and I don't know how I'm going to feed the blower here, or the blower's going to feed the motor, so I can see circumstances where I may have to machine directly across there at an angle and just get rid of all that. Anyway, that's what I can see at this stage, but I really don't know. I don't even know where the blower is going to be, so exactly how it's going to work I don't know, but I may have to do some fancy machining at one stage. So it's going to be tricky. Okay, look, I'm a little bit stuck, and I'm going to ask you to put in the comments what you think, because I want to explain my problem, and what I've got to do is I try and think ahead of where I'm up to, and basically I'm going to get around to the water pump. I'm just not there yet, but I'm going to get there, and I've got a few issues. I'm presuming that this thing's going to suck a bit of power, so I don't want it on all the time. So what my plan is to, I haven't put in a radiator here, which is great. I'm not going to have a mechanical water pump, so I'm going to have an electrical water pump, and I'm presuming limited power, so the battery's not going to drain too much, I hope, or maybe it will. So what I want to do is I want to have a thermostat switch to turn on the water pump when the water gets hot enough. Not a big ask. I bought a relay here that'll do the job. It's a thermostat kit that turns on at 80 degrees or something like that, and when it gets to 85, when it turns to 80, it turns itself off, which is okay, right? I've got a thermostat, and that's just a sensor gauge. It's not a switch. That's just a gradient one. I can use. I don't have to. I've got a temperature gauge that I'll put up on my dash, and that'll tell me what temperature it is. I've got to just put it somewhere in line. It has an inline thing like this, which I can put anywhere I want, so anywhere. So I'm going to bring the camera in now and go a bit closer to the motor and explain what I'm thinking, and if you can help me, because there's people that have got knowledge and experience, and I have to do something. I will do something. I just want to make it the best bet when I do it. I'm going to move you in now. The water pump's going to go somewhere. Where it goes right now is not that important. I've got so many things to build yet, like an inlet tract here, and just I don't know where it's going to go yet, but it can be moved, so I can put it wherever I want to put it. So I'm not concerned about that. So putting it somewhere is good. The one thing I think I understand is that the water pump should be in the coldest place, so it should be taking water from the bottom of the radiator. So the water from the bottom of the radiator is going to go in and then out. So it's a bottom of the radiator thing, okay? Don't note it. A temperature switch. A temperature switch, I would presume, would have to be at the top of the motor because heat rises. I don't know if water rises with heat, but I have heard of you can have reticulating circuits that will move just by the temperature. So I'm presuming to some degree this water pump may not be turned on, but the sheer fact that the water's getting hot here, and hotter in the head than in the barrel, I would suspect, that the water's getting hot here, therefore it will rise, and then if that goes up, something has to go in. So that means it's going to circulate. So I'm just going to presume I'm going to get some flow, all right? Some flow. Not a lot. Once this thing kicks in, it'll be rushing water through there like nothing else. And I presume that the temperature will come down pretty fast. Also, this is a big volume of water in the barrel. So I'm suspecting it's going to take a long time to warm up. When it does warm up, and this thing kicks in, it'll cool it down quickly because the radiator will be right here. So I'm presuming it's going to be a reactive system that works pretty quickly. So I've got no idea what it is, but this is a plug. I have bought numerous ones of these off eBay and whatever, and they say temperature switch, but they're not. I stick an ohms meter. I stick an ohms meter on here and here, two separate things, and it reads straight away. And then I put the ohms meter on there, and I watch it, and as I heat it up with the heat gun, it just varies the figures. So it's working all the time. It is not a switch. This one here, put the ohms meter on it, does nothing. I heat it up with the heat gun, nothing, click, it's on. Switch, okay. But switch, too big. I can tap that to about 10 mil, and I can re-tap that, it's currently 8 mil, I can re-tap to 10. So I can put it up here, which is a high spot of the motor, but not a moving spot of the water. The only current access to water is on the other side. Remember that the water is supposed to go from the front firewall cover and in that side. But I can block that side off and shove it in here. And so the water goes in here, through the barrel, through the head, and out the top here. Makes more sense than putting it more or less in at the top, which is just going to go this way and probably leave that as a dead area. I really don't know. I really don't know. You know, this is just presumption. So, do I put my thermostat up here, which is potentially a dead area, tap it, shove it in, tap this, or whatever, die that, shove it in there and take my temperature from there, or do I put an inline thing here and tap that, just hit that, maybe there, and take my temperature from here, which is away from the head. So therefore this is going to get air cooled and all that sort of stuff. It may, even though if I do it close, it may take a long time to register that it's getting heat. Whereas this would have at least conducted heat from the barrel, you know. So either way, it's going to have to be up. I just don't know which one of those, and they're my only two options. That's the intake there. I can't do anything with that. Which one? Which one is best? One of them is better than the other. Neither are ideal. Ideally, I would have it right there or something like that. But that's the intake. No, there's nowhere else I can put it. So anyway, please put your comments in there and let me know what you think. It doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I just let me know what you think so I can get some ideas. I can just get what other people think. But you know. Okay, thanks.